everybody, Richard again here from Electric Classic Cars, and this week's episode we've come to Shelsley Walsh, the oldest active motorsport venue in the world, for the Lucas Classic event. And I'm going to take my Land Rover, the fastest Land Rover in the world, up the famous historic hill. Let's get into it. Right, we're going to start off this episode with what I think is the oldest car here, a Lagonda, but that's all I know about it. And we've got Simon here, who's the owner, expert, driver, to tell us a little bit more about it. Over to Simon.
Okay, it's 1929. It's a 2-litre high chassis, Wayman bodied sports saloon. So the back is all made out of fabric and wood. The front is obviously, these are steel, bonnet's aluminium, and then they've grafted a 4.5 litre Meadows engine into it. So it's a 45R put in by David Eyre. He's the guy that built the car. I can't take the credit for that, so he's the expert. But it's a proper fast car.
And you're going to drive it up the hill later?
Drive it up the hill. We do about 64 seconds to the top.
That's pretty rapid, so we'll catch out later going up the hill, guys.
It's quicker than me in the Lotus.
Much quicker than Tim in the Lotus, exactly.
What, in the Lotus?
You've not seen him drive. Follow me down here to get a good shot of all these big cats down here. These Jags, honestly, the fronts of them are so lovely. This is my favourite. This is a glorious looking car as well. We're actually here this weekend with Britpart, and they're the largest Land Rover parts supplier in the world. We brought this, which is the Michelin Defender. There'll be an episode coming up on this very shortly, because this is a really special Land Rover Defender that we've converted. And there's all sorts of other Land Rovers and classic Range Rovers. There's my Land Rover Beast, which you'll see me going up the hill later on in. And there's an Ineos Grenadier. You don't see many of these as well, Tim? Have you seen one of these yet?
Only once. Second one I've ever seen.
I mean, I think this is about as close to the original Defender as you can probably get, because the new Defender is a little bit too posh. It's kind of lost its way a little bit in my mind, but this is pretty close to it. But yeah, we'll try and grab Paul, because he's the managing director of Britpart, and he's brought this monster this weekend, which is a space frame chassis. Looks like a Defender, but it's not. We'll try and find him, and he can tell us a little bit more about it. Right, I found Paul now. So, as I say, Paul's the managing director of Britpart, largest Land Rover parts supplier in the world.
Yep.
Yep.
Apart from Land Rover.
Apart from Land Rover. Well, you're probably about on par, I'd say. But he's brought his V8, is it?
This is 5.2 litre V8.
He's brought his V8 monster of a Land Rover Defender here today. But believe me, it's shaped like a Land Rover Defender, but that's about it. So, Paul, tell us a little bit more about this car. What on earth is it?
Okay, it's, as you say, based on the shape of a Land Rover. As we can see here, after a little bit of an incident, it is fiberglass, not
structural gaffer tape here.
This is MOT-able gaffer tape.
Yeah.
So the bodywork is fiberglass. It's a space frame, so it doesn't have a separate chassis. The roll cage and the chassis rails form the actual whole car.
But there's no engine in here, is there?
No engine in here, no.
Where's the engine?
Fuel tank in here, we've got the engine in the back.
Where it should be, mid-mount sports car, guys. But it's a Land Rover Defender. So 4-wheel drive, V8, how much horsepower?
350 horsepower, 350 foot-pound of torque.
So this might give me a little bit of a run for my money today in my Tesla-powered Land Rover. So it's me versus Paul today, boys. So let's see how we get on. We'll film Paul go up later, because I've seen him go up once already. And he's about as much as a nutter in a car as I am. So we'll get that on camera for you later. Right, I've just been called on the tannoy, so our batch is going out for a bit of a run up the hill. So I've got to get my helmet on and rag it up the hill. But what do you reckon, Tim? Traction control on or off?
Oh, off. You need some wheel spin.
You're paying for my tyres then. Right, you better get up there and film me, mate. I found another car I want to have a chat about, and it's a beautiful looking Aston Martin. And Martin, the owner and driver today, is going to tell us a little bit about this, because I know nothing about this apart from the fact I'm in love with it. So Martin,
Right.
what is it, and tell us a little bit more about it.
Okay, it's a copy of Project 214, of which they built 2 cars to try and win Le Mans after winning it in '59. They built this in '63. And it's a copy of a car that was written off and a guy was killed in it. And so, you know, but it's a perfect tool room copy.
And V12 engine.
No, six cylinders.
Oh, so straight six?
Straight six,
Right.
Twin plug head. So
That's what fooled me.
DB4 GT head, triple Weber carburetors, two distributors, 2 coils.
Brilliant. And
So
you're going to rag it up the hill in a minute.
rag it up the hill.
Right, we better leave him to it, because he's just about to go out in this batch of cars. So get your helmet on,
Okay.
get ready, and we'll watch you go up the hill.
Lovely. Okay,
Nice one.
I'll better stick this down first.
So first of all, for the viewers, let's just discuss why you brought the Lotus today and not
Well,
another car.
It wasn't the car I'd planned on bringing. I was going to bring the Austin Healey because it was more in fitting with the event. But the day before yesterday, it decided it didn't want to come. So it's car B today.
So this is plan B. So
Yeah.
you've just been called now as well, so your batch is about to go up.
I'm just
So,
about to go up. I've already done a run. I'm absolutely blown away with how good this is up the hill.
Go on, I want to film you getting in it, because this always makes me smile, right? What are you, 6 foot what?
6'2".
6'2", getting in a Lotus Elise. Yeah, very gracious. Ta-da! You've done that before. Right, good luck, mate. Get your helmet on.
Right.
I'll see you up there. Right, Paul's just come up with a cracking idea, and it involves scaring Tim, which is, I'm always up for that. So what is it, Paul? What are we going to do?
Well, we need to find out whose is the fastest car up a hill,
Even though they're not timing it.
and we can't time it.
Yep.
So the only way we can do that really is use a sacrificial Tim.
Sacrificial Tim, love it.
And so
Right.
Tim can go in car 1 and then car 2 and tell us at the end of it.
Let's do the most screams wins, right? Who can scare Tim the most?
Okay,
Right,
yeah,
right, let's do
you're
it.
on.
Right, so we're on the start line nearly now with Paul in his V8 powered Monster. So how much horsepower this got, Paul?
We've got 350 horsepower, 350 foot-pound of torque.
Right, so it's very similar power-wise to Moggy's Defender. So it'd be quite interesting to see how it goes up the hill, petrol versus electric.
Absolutely. I think we'll be lower geared, and we're a lot lower down when you're sat probably a foot lower
Yeah.
on Moggy. So our centre of gravity is lower, so hopefully it will handle a bit better. So let's go and time.
Of course. Wow, that is quick. Of course, this is an off-road vehicle, isn't it? This isn't designed for tarmac, so
It's not designed for tarmac, it's designed to slide, naturally slide. So it's not in its natural environment now. But we'll give it a go.
right. My belts are done up as tight as they can be. Takes me back to the old Rally Navigator days.
We're just waiting for a red light to go out, and then we'll make an ascent.
And we're watching the lights, red. As soon as it goes green, we're off. Impressive. I'm surprised. That is phenomenally quick. Wow. I mean, the big difference there is the fact that this is a race car.
Yeah.
So it was handling the corners a lot better than Moggy's, but wow, that's phenomenal.
You've been up in Paul's now,
And I've been up in the Beetle.
and the Beetle, so this is the first time
And the
we've been up in
Lotus.
the Land Rover. Right, warm up the tyres. Ready?
Yeah, warm up the tyres.
Right. Hold on tight, mate.
Let me out.
Hold on to the bars. We're going to take it to Mars. Last ride to fast ride. Here we go. Cool.
Oh, it doesn't go around corners. Yes, it does.
What are you pushing on the floor, mate? You're pushing your feet down. The brakes over there.
That's the brakes. That's the brakes. Oh my God.
Handle.
Oh, no.
Does it handle as good as your Lotus?
Oh.
Go on, call the notes.
Finish. Stop.
Finish.
Oh, that's not supposed to go that fast.
That's not how we go. Where's your pace notes gone?
Oh God. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Did you like that?
Oh my God, that is fast. That shouldn't do that, should it?
No, Land Rover should not do that, you're right. Go on then. So you've been out in both my Tesla powered monster and this proper race monster. I've not been at this, so first of all, how was mine?
Well, before I start that, I just want to say next time you or Paul come up with an idea like that, find somebody else to do it. I thought my days of sitting in crazy cars with people like you were over. And I haven't been so scared since we hit the telegraph pole at 80 mile an hour in Ireland. But other than that, how did they compare? The quickest car is this one.
Right.
In a straight line, this is the quickest car.
Thought it might be.
That one is on another level for handling because that's a race car.
Yeah.
The way Paul went around the corners, the handling, the way it gripped around the corners, considering that's an off-road car, it was phenomenal. I didn't expect it to be as quick as it was. And I think you said we're going to choose who wins by who makes the loudest screams.
Right, yeah.
I was screaming my head off with you, but it went past screaming with Paul. I couldn't make any noise. I was just quiet. I was terrified.
Like a rabbit in the headlights.
Rabbit in the headlights. So, this is the quickest in a straight line, but that's the quickest up the hill.
Well, it's a
by
race
long
car.
shot.
It's a
Yeah.
race car. At the end of the day, that's the difference between a standard Land Rover chassis, Land Rover suspension, Land Rover brakes with a stupidly powerful motor in versus a purpose-built,
Exactly.
tubular chassis, mid-mount race car.
Yeah. And one more thing, Paul can drive.
Typical. Right, come on, the hog roast has started, mate, so let's go and finish up the day over there. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Be interested to know, comments below, what was your favourite car of the day, but it's time to hit the bar and eat some meat. So, see you on the next one.
Walsh and another V8 powered Series 2 at the French Grand Prix in 1941.